Hi, today we're going to talk about my experiments and prototyping of the Vitrum guitars. So here's three of the four of kind of ones that were functional. You've got an orange glass one, a green glass one, and a purple glass one. So I'm just going to go over some of the features that these had, kind of technology involved, and like how it's interesting. I think they're slightly overlooked for what they've achieved. So they had metal-bound synthetic opal fret markers. I think these ran along. They were spaced halfway in between the neck and binding. So the headstock decal was a piece of stained glass that was cut and engraved. And then the engraving was filled with a ceramic paint, and this was baked in an oven to set it in. The difficulty that I had was I couldn't find the adhesive I was using, which had vinegar as a solvent, dissolved the markings. So that's why you can see some clouding here on there. But yeah, so this was the fourth one I made. It has blue with a white and blue paint. And here's a picture of me painting it. It's like a cloudy white and blue mix, but I didn't lacquer it, so it has quite a flat look. And here you can see in the back I've got my fume hood, which I was using to contain the chemicals I was using for the etching of the knobs. So the knobs were etched in a special technique using hydrofluoric acid, and this gave a very accurate engraving on the curved surface. And here you can see a picture of the knobs. These have a metallic interior and a glass body. These were cast and then extensively ground and polished to get the smooth surface. These are something that I'm looking to manufacture more of in the future. However, I probably won't go to the effort of doing the acid etching again because the chemicals are really, really toxic. I'll probably use ceramic transfer instead and bake those on. So you can see them there in like kind of the prototype product packaging and stuff. Like I wanted to sell these, but like they take so long to make. So here are the inlays. These were glass as well. We got a really tight line between the inlay and the fretboard. These were cut to size and then slightly ground to make them fit. They're glass. They're held in with silicone adhesive. I'm trying to think of an alternative way rather than using adhesive to set these, because or a different adhesive, because the silicone separates from the glass, as you'll see in some other pictures. So here's another headstock decal. This is the one that ended up going in the orange and purple one. As you can see, this is when the pigment has been baked into the into the glass decal. This is before the adhesive kind of ate away some of the whiteness. And next we have a glass for a model that I didn't actually complete. I kind of abandoned my workshop and moved to Greece, so I didn't really finish this one. But as you can see, there's some very technical, very accurate cuts on the glass. And they're interior cuts, so you can't do this by a snap method. We use a proprietary method for that. And this model, I think there's a picture of it coming up soon. There we go. Was a much lighter weight model, because the issue I had with these Mistrals was that they were very, very fucking heavy. And here's some close-ups of some of the glass inlays again, and the knobs on this one. The changed adhesive so I don't get the clouding as much anymore. And there's some inlays. Oh, okay, so now we're just going to have a little look at me playing it. I just use some basic scales on it. And you can kind of see the light hitting the glass there, which looks pretty cool. Also, you can see that I didn't use a switch. I used two pickup toggles. So the one, click it in, it goes on, click it off, it goes off. And on this one, I used basically, I think it's like a Les Paul wiring with some Epiphone pickups. This is like a pretty basic electronic setup, but I think the sound is really raw and really sharp. I don't know, it might be appreciated by some people and not appreciated by others. But in terms of making these things, I'm not actually a luthier. I've played the guitar since I was young, and I played quite a bit. But so like the technical aspect's pretty good, But like, when it comes to terms of finishing, like I'm just not an artistic painter, or like I don't really pay attention to detail. And would I make these again? Well, it just takes so long to make them, man. There's so many components, and they're all so complicated. It takes like cutting that piece of glass took like 8 hours. And by that piece of glass, I mean the top, like one of the tops of the Mistrals. And in terms of like what I'm trained to do, like education, I've got a chemistry degree, but when it comes to what I actually do, I just basically do like hood tech engineering. So like just kind of do whatever works to get the result that I need. And yeah, I've worked in the manufacturing industry a little bit, and I have come up with some systems for some stuff. And yeah, this is the first thing that I carved out of glass ever, man. This is a plectrum that's made of stained glass again with an engraving on it. But yeah, in terms of actually making guitars, I don't actually really like doing the sanding or the painting or the assembly or any of that stuff. I don't mind some of the machining of the stuff. But when it comes to like painting and sanding and polishing and all that stuff, I'm just not into it, man. That artisanal craft thing is just not my kind of thing. And this is funny, man. This is like the first guitar I made. Like I had no idea how to make a guitar, but I had all these ideas about what I wanted to use and stuff. So I did pretty well on the inlays. Like the inlays are glass, and some of them work. But I had the idea to use like bits of glass for the frets, which like doesn't really work because they're hard to secure. But they also don't work because steel is harder than glass. So like it just scratches the glass. So if you wanted to have actual like clear frets, they need to be either a sapphire or a diamond or another hard ceramic glass or crystal. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the weird and wonderful glass additions to my guitars.